Good morning to everyone. In the previous lectures, we discussed deflection of a cantilever beam subjected to a point load at free end and uniformly distributed load over an entire span and a linearly varying load over an entire span and zero at free end and maximum at fixed end. Today, we will discuss deflection of a simply supported beam subjected to a point load at center, then uniformly distributed load distributed over a entire span. Let us consider a deflection of a simply supported beam carries a point load of W Newton at center. As per the given information, this is a simply supported beam. A support is provided at end A and a support is provided at end B. The overall length of the beam is taken as L. Here, a point load of W is applied at midpoint of the beam. This is the one, that is L by 2, it is L by 2. Initially, we have to calculate the reaction at A and B. The reaction at A is represented RA, the reaction at B is represented RB. Due to symmetry, the reaction RA is equal to RB is equal to W by 2. Therefore, RA is equal to RB is equal to W by 2. We know the procedure how to calculate reaction at A and B by using the two simple equations, equilibrium of equations. One is equilibrium of system of forces, second one is the equilibrium of moment. Based on these or by using these two equilibrium equations, we can find out the RA and RB. Simply we write down RA is equal to RB is equal to W by 2. Now, let us consider deflection part. Now, what about the deflection equation? As we know that EI into d square y by dx square is equal to m. This is called as moment equation. Simply this is mx, equation number 1. Now, formulate the bending moment equation. Now, redraw the same simply supported beam with the loading system. What about the load at A, that is W by 2? What about the load at B, that is also W by 2? A load of magnitude W is concentrated at a point C, that is at midspan. We know that. Now, let us consider section XX at any distance either end A or B. Now, I would like to consider the section XX at a distance x from the left end, that is A. Now, the bending moment equation mx is equal, I think that it produces the sagging moment. So, taken as positive. What about the bending moment? That is force is W by 2. The definite perpendicular distance from the section XX to the line of action of the W2 is x. So this is equation number 2. Now substitute the equation number 2 in equation number 1. Finally, the bending moment equation with the values EI into d square y by dx square is equal to W by 2 into x. This is equation number 3. You can find out the slope and deflection at any position by integrating the equation number 3 on either side. So, now let us integrate the equation number 3. First one is the calculation of slope. Calculation of slope. The slope is represented by dy by dx. Here, integrate the equation number 3 integral ei into d square y by dx square is equal to integral w by 2 into x. Whenever it is integration is performed, so simply it is ei into dy by dx is equal w by 2 into x square by 2 plus c1. This is the equation after performing the integration. Here we have to find out the constant of integration c1. The c1 is obtained by using the boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? If you draw the deflected curve, from that you can say that this is the initial position of the curve or the undeflected curve. Whenever load W is applied at C, that is at midspan, this is the deflected curve. This is RA, this is RB say as. A load is W applied at C. This is the deflected curve. Just we have to find out the slope and deflection at any position. Now if you observe that there is no deflection at A and as well as at B. As per the origin chosen, this is the origin. A is taken as origin. Here origin at A. At x is equal to 0, deflection is 0. Not slope, deflection is 0. So at a particular position, the slope is 0, that is at x is equal to L by 2. The slope is 0 at x is equal to L by 2. So therefore, slope is 0 at x is equal to L by 2. It means that is dy by dx is equal to 0 at x is equal to L by 2. It means substitute dy by dx is equal to 0 and x is equal to L by 2 in equation number A. Finally, ei into 0 is equal to w by 2 into, this is w by 4 into L by 2 whole square plus c1. From this equation we can find out the c1 value. What about the c1? Therefore c1 is equal to WL square by 16, that is negative WL square by 16. Substitute c1 value in equation A. Therefore ei into dy by dx is equal to wx square by 4 minus WL square by 16. This is the equation for slope equation. This is called as equation number 4 is called as slope equation. Slope equation. Then you can find out the slope at A as well as at a particular point C, which is at a midspan. Now slope at x is equal to L by 2 and slope at x is equal to 0. That means at C and at A or B. That is the conditions. Now substitute this value in equation number 4. Therefore ei into dy by dx is equal to W by 4 into L by 2 whole square minus WL square by 16. Then EI into dy by dx is equal to WL square by 16 minus WL square by 16. Therefore, EI into slope at C, that is equal to 0. It means theta C is equal to dy by dx is equal to 0. The slope at midspan is 0. Now slope at B, at A, that is equal to, at x is equal to 0. So at x is equal to 0, EI into dy by dx is equal to, what about the x value? W into 0 whole square by 4 minus WL square by 16. Therefore, dy by dx from the above equation minus WL square by 16 EI. We calculated the slope at A and B. So now let us concentrate on the equation number 4. That is we know the equation for slope. Now calculate the deflection. Second part is calculation of deflection. Calculation of deflection. The deflection is represented by, as usually, y or delta. Simply, the deflection of a simply supported beam subjected to a load W is obtained, particularly in this case, by integrating the equation number 4. We know the equation for slope, that is EI into dy by dx is equal to Wx square by 4 minus WL square by 16. If we integrate this slope equation, we will get the equation for the deflection. So simply integrate the above equation, that is EI into dy by dx is equal integral of Wx square by 4 minus WL square by 16. Whenever the integration is performed, after performing the integration, it is EI into y is equal to W by 4 into x cube by 3 minus WL square by 16 into x plus C2. It is called as equation number B. The constant C2 is obtained by using the boundary conditions. If you observe the deflected curve, the deflection is 0 at A as well as B. The deflection is maximum at C. This is the deflection at C, that is YC. The deflection is maximum at C. The deflection y is 0 at A. The deflection 0 at B also. Based on these boundary conditions, y is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0. Since the origin is at A, as we know that, simply substitute x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 in equation number B2. Therefore, EI into 0 is equal to W by 12 into 0 cube minus WL square by 16 into 0 plus C2. I think that this term is 0 as well as this term is also 0 and 0 plus C2. Finally, C2 is equal to 0. Simply substitute C2 value in equation number B. So whenever you substitute the equation C2 value in equation number B, we will get the deflection equation. So what about the deflection equation? Therefore, EI into Y is equal to W by 12 into X cube minus WL square by 16 into X plus 0. This can be rewritten as EI into Y is equal to W by 12 into X cube minus WL square by 16 into X. Then you can find out the deflection at A and C. It means deflection at A. It means at X is equal to 0. Substitute X is equal to 0 in equation number 5. Therefore, EI into Y is equal to W by 12 into 0 minus WL square by 16 into 0. Therefore, Y is equal to 0. This is the deflection at A. Now calculate the deflection at C. Deflection at C, that is at X is equal to L by 2. Simply substitute X is equal to L by 2 in the above equation. EI into Y is equal to W by 12 into L by 2 whole cube minus WL square by 16 into L by 2, that is equal to EI into Y is equal to, so W by 12 into L cube by 8 minus WL square by 16 into L by 2. So finally the value for the slope is EI into Y is equal to WL cube by 96 minus WL cube by 32. Therefore, Y is equal to 1 by EI into WL cube by 96 minus WL cube by 32. This is the deflection at a particular point, particularly at A. Then that can be simplified by performing the simplification. Today we covered deflection of a simply supported beam subjected to a point load at midspan. Initially we have to find out the reactions at A and B. So due to symmetry, the reaction at A and B, RA is equal to RB is equal to W by 2. As we know that the moment equation, bending moment equation, EI into d square y by dx is equal to mx. Now formulate the bending moment equation. For that we consider section xx at a distance x from A, and then so consider the origin at A. Consider the origin at A means x value begins with 0 from A and increases towards right. Then you then substitute the mx value in equation number 1. Once it is integrated, we will get the slope equation in which there is a constant C1. the constant C1 is obtained by using the boundary conditions, that is the slope. The slope is 0 particularly at L by 2, at x is equal to L by 2. Then you can find out the constant of integration C1, that is substitute in a particular equation. Then you can find out the slope at any point along the length. Then calculate the deflection. The deflection is obtained by integrating the slope equation. Here, after performing the integration, there is one constant C2. The constant C2 is obtained by using the boundary conditions. If you observe the deflected curve, particularly in case of the simply supported beam, the deflection is 0 at supports, that is at x is equal to 0, the y value is 0. Substitute in equation number B. Finally, we will get the deflection equation. You can find out the deflection at any point by using this equation. Thank you. We will cover the simply supported deflection of a simply supported beam with various types of the loads in the next class.